Yo, what's up, guys? Teacher Paul here, and I'm sitting in the dark because I have just watched Portugal versus Chile play their friendly match. Let's take a look at these stats right here. In fact, let me use this big screen. Guys, let's talk about this. The very first few minutes of the match, you could see that it was going to be a heated match. They were really going at each other from the beginning, and we saw a few things in this match. We saw Ronaldo take a free kick. Well, I'm going ahead of myself, but first we saw Ronaldo almost get a goal, but it was offside, and then he got a free kick, and then things started getting really crazy towards the end of the first half, where there were two players being sent off, Rafael Leão and Eva Homa, which is absolutely insane because they got in a very heated discussion here, and it could have been worse if the referee did not send them off. So I think the referee did a good, he had a good decision and good judgment when it came to that. Even though this is a friendly, it could have gotten real bad. But okay, first half, we had some exciting moments. We had a few things going on, but no goals. I thought Ronaldo was going to score, and unfortunately, some of the shots were offside. But okay, what matters is the second half was very exciting. We saw a bicycle kick here. We saw a lot of offensives. The Chilean goalkeeper, he was really, really on it, man. He really defended Chile. Could have been more for Portugal if the goalkeeper did not do what he did. But let's talk about the first goal. We had Gonçalo Guedes, who pulled the ball to the side, took the goalkeeper out, and scored, which put Portugal 1-0. And the next two goals were absolutely exciting. When Bruno Fernandes, who was playing a good match since the beginning, he had a few chances in the first half as well. In the second half, from outside the area, he got an amazing shot that not even the Chilean goalkeeper could reach. But right after that, 20 minutes later, give or take, Lucas Cepeda looked at Bruno Fernandes, saw his goal from outside the area, and thought, that's a good idea. Let me try that. Oh, this is why it's so dark. I forgot to turn on the light. There we go. Estava aqui no escuro. Oh, man. Okay. So I was in the dark and I didn't know why my light was off. Hello, guys. Here I am. Okay. That was funny. So we saw Lucas copy Bruno and score from outside the area. Now, I have a question for you guys who watched the match. Which was more beautiful? Bruno Fernandes from outside the area or Lucas Cepeda from outside the area? Which one was, better for you? Like, which one do you think was more beautiful? I don't know. I think Bruno Fernandes was very categoric, but Lucas also, he put it in a very, very interesting place where the goalkeeper could not reach. Actually, the goalkeeper didn't even try. He was like, dang, that was a good shot. And he stood there watching because he didn't believe that it was going to go in. But it was sad to see that Lucas didn't even celebrate because, I mean, it's the extra time. The game was over. It was a courtesy goal, I guess. So he didn't even run and celebrate. He was just really, yeah, that was a good goal, but, we're still going to lose. But then again, this is a friendly. This is just to test the waters. But I think Portugal, they did struggle a little bit against Chile, but they did show some class as well, except for the moment that Rafael Leão got sent off. Now, I don't know if this implicates on his World Cup. Does he miss the next match or no? I don't know if there's anything that's punishable here for the next match. But guys, let's get into the stats over here. Here we have, wait, let me just pull up. Okay. So in summary, Portugal won 2-1 versus Chile. We had a goal from Gonçalo Guedes. We had a goal from Bruno Fernandes from outside the area. And then we had Lucas Cepeda also score from outside the area in an exact copy of Bruno Fernandes' goal. Then we had Rafael Leão and Ivan being sent off for, just being a nuisance in the. They wanted to fight. It was almost like I was watching UFC here, man. But okay, let's look at the stats over here real quick. To get to this final result, we had 15 shots on target. Sorry, 15 shots from Portugal with 8 shots on target. Chile did not have as much as Portugal. They had 9 shots, and only 3 of those were on target. Out of those 3 shots on target, 1 was a goal, and a beautiful goal, I might say, while Portugal's 8 shots on target led to 2 goals. Portugal had more of the ball possession, 58 versus 42 from Chile. And it was apparent that Portugal was really controlling the match. They were dominating. But I'll tell you one thing. Out of those 8 shots on target, the Chilean goalkeeper did a great job in saving the team. It could have been much worse if it wasn't for that goalkeeper. Then we had 9 fouls from Portugal versus 17 fouls from Chile, which shows how aggressive Chile was. And it's insane that out of these 17 fouls, Portugal still managed to have 15 shots, 8 on target, which is more than 50%. There were no yellow cards, but there were 2 red cards, 1 each. 3 offsides, including Ronaldo, who could have scored in the first half. 3 offsides and versus 1 from Chile. And then we had 9 corners for Portugal, which they looked a little bit dangerous, but they couldn't find the goal. And then 3 corners for Chile. So it was a fun match. It was a good friendly. Unfortunately, we had 2 red cards and we had some unsportsmanship, activity going on and led to 2 players being sent off. So other than that, it was a great match. And we almost saw Ronaldo score in the first half. He didn't get close to the free kick because it hit the, it hit the wall of players there. But, he could have, it could have happened, right? But I'm sure we're going to see Ronaldo shine. What do you guys think? Do you think Ronaldo is in great shape for the World Cup? Do you think Portugal is ready? Do you think they could win? I'll be honest with you. I was expecting a little bit more from Portugal, not going to lie. But also, as I said, Chile did not give them an easy time. So let's take a look at Portugal's matches, when it's going to be and who it's going to be against. So here we have the full match schedule. We have Portugal on the 17th of June. That's their first match, which is going to be against Congo. They're going to have a friendly versus Nigeria before that. I didn't know. So they're going to play against Congo on the 17th of June. And then on the 23rd of June, they're going to go against Uzbekistan. And they're going to go against Colombia in the 28th of June. I think an easier group than this would be Argentina's group. I think they are absolutely going to go further into the competition. I don't think they're going to lose any of the matches. I think they're going to beat Colombia, they're going to beat Congo, and they're going to beat Uzbekistan. We will see. We will see. And then we also have, let's take a look at the other. Let me just pull it up over here. Chile World Cup matches, because we got to see both as well. We have over here, no, not the Women's World Cup. I want to see Oh wait, Chile is not in the World Cup? Huh, wait a second. Okay. So yeah, Chile is not in the World Cup, I guess. Okay, okay. Not to worry. I thought only the World Cup were playing here. So they did not qualify for Chile. But they did play well against Portugal. But also Portugal didn't have their full team, so but it was nice to see Ronaldo play. You know, it was good warm up for him. And it's a shame about Leão. But anyways, I'll see you guys on the next video. I hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye bye.